Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be starting a new series called Pondering Meets Purpose. So this series is going to be full of things that I've learned, experienced, and applied in my real life. Pretty much where all the hours that I spend mindlessly pondering actually meet purpose. So for this episode, hold on, let me put my foot up. Okay, so for this episode, it's going to revolve around self-respect. The definition of self respect, according to Oxford, is pride and confidence in oneself, a feeling that one is behaving with honor and dignity. So, here are some things that I did in the past that lowered my self respect, what I learned from them, and why I choose not to do them anymore. Or at least I try to not do them. The first one is tolerating more than you should simply because of how much you love somebody. This really only teaches other people that they can step all over you and get away with it. They're really only taking advantage of you, and 9 times out of 10, I promise you, they don't care about how nice you're being about a situation or the generosity of overlooking all the weird shit that they do. It also doesn't make you a better person to deal with that shit. So everyone knows what they're doing at the end of the day, and over time, you'll kind of just start to question their intentions with everything that they do. And why would you want to live like that? Number two is going somewhere without an invite or a last minute invite. I argue about this with my boyfriend all the time. So good thing this is my channel because now he's gonna have to sit and listen. Now, I don't mean this in terms of like those last minute plans that you have with your family and friends and it turns out to be one of the most, I don't mean those plans that turn out to be the best night of your life. I mean this in terms of parties, events, gatherings, stuff like that. My general rule of thumb is that if I don't really know the host that well, or the host doesn't know me that well, I'm not going. And I'm not only saying that because I'm a homebody and I'd rather be home anyways, but even if they're inviting you last minute, it's just ickier to me because either there's not enough people that are coming or they just forgot about you. Either way, you're not really wanted in that situation. So why would you go? Every time I debate on going somewhere that I'm not directly invited to, I always envision like this girl that I don't like and she sees me at this party I'm uninvited to that I'm there at, and she goes to her friend and she's like, hey, look, she's literally fucking here, like uninvited as fuck. Ew, I'm sorry. Moral of the story, just go where you're wanted. Number three is if a man tells you that he's not ready for a relationship or he tells you to wait for him. If a man tells you that he's not ready for a relationship, believe him. Never be the woman that waited for any man. I promise you, there's no reward. You just look like a dumb bitch. When in doubt, just be the one that got away. Just turn around, do a full 180, live your life the way that you were before you even knew. A man knows exactly what he wants and he knows it even if he's playing stupid as fuck. Okay, he literally fucking knows it, and you'd be stupid to even think otherwise. No man that genuinely wants you or has your best interest in mind will ever tell you to wait for him, ever. I mean, if a man wants something, he's gonna get it immediately. Number four, I've noticed that people that have high self-respect actually do things for themselves, like not for anybody, no external validation. They do it genuinely for themselves. Everybody has this idea that you have to have your life together and you need to go to the gym and you need to take all these vitamins, a well-paying job, ready to have babies and get married, and you need to do everything perfect. But I feel like it's only really put to the test when you meet someone new or you're in a new environment and now you have to like kind of prove yourself by saying that you go to the gym and you eat really good and you do all these things that you actually don't. For example, if you do want to eat better and involve more skincare into your routine and you do want to go to the gym, but that only really happens when you're talking to somebody new or you just want somebody's attention. If that shit is not happening 24/7 around the clock, rain, sun, snow, storm, like you're doing it for another reason, the wrong reason. Number five, controlling your emotions. This one is controversial because I'm known to my family and friends as a certified crash out, but I only crash out in private. You'll never catch me doing that shit outside. The example that I'll share here is, say you found out your man cheated on you. You just finished dinner on King Street downtown and you're waiting for your Uber to pick you and him up and you're using his phone, go onto the Uber app, you find out he's cheating on you. How you react in this situation is so important. You need to be mindful of where you're at and who you're around. In that situation, don't make a scene. Find a way to get home without him. And then once you get home, you're by yourself. Do whatever it is that you need to do. Journal, cry, scream, invite your friends over, fuck a bit, rotate the roster. I don't care, but do something when he's not fucking around. As long as you don't give him that angry and spiteful reaction that he was probably expecting, you're doing the right thing. You don't have to instill in him that what he was doing was wrong and so fucked up and he shouldn't have done that to you. He knows. He has nothing to prove to you anymore and you have nothing to prove to him anymore. Already fucked up, so let him live with that and you can go live your life too. Stop giving the people that actually disrespected you the benefit of the doubt. Stop giving people that don't even deserve your time access to you. The second example I have with controlling your emotions, imagine you're at the club, you know, you're just standing outside the club with your friends. This very intoxicated girl talking out of her ass to you. Okay. Now you don't know this girl, you know nothing about this girl. This girl's just talking out of her ass, you know, cool. In this situation, you only know one person, and it's you. So already, whatever this girl is saying about you and saying to you should immediately be a joke to you because you don't even know this girl. How the fuck would she even know you better than you? The fuck? Give her the grace and her the benefit of the doubt because you can clearly tell. I'm like looking at her like she's right here. You can clearly tell that she's insecure and she's jealous. She is fucking projecting. She has something going on in her life. And in that moment, I don't need to be matching her ego or matching her pettiness. I don't need to be doing any of that. I don't need to match her energy whatsoever because I'm confident within myself. The craziest thing you can honestly do in this situation is just be kind to them. Like, carry it through with kindness. Be so nice to them. Like, confuse your fucking enemy. They will be so taken aback by your reaction, they won't even know what to say or do next. Number 6 is expecting people to have something that they just don't. We all experience the same things a lot differently from each other. This goes for loyalty, love, dignity, respect, honesty, fucking common sense. Here's an example. If your homegirl who has a perfectly good man that treats her perfect, just treats her so well, she openly goes and cheats on him all the time, and he's so oblivious to it, he has no idea it's happening, you're gonna expect loyalty from her. Clock it. These people are literally fighting their own personal battles with themselves, and you expect them to change for you when they can't even change for themselves. Number 7 is taking things personally. This is something that I've witnessed and I've kind of like observed recently, but I think people that have high self-respect never take anything personally. People that do typically are a little bit insecure and are projecting, in my opinion. But I think that once you realize that every single person on this earth is literally dealing with something and going through their own battle. For example, it's the ass crack of dawn, you just went on a fucking jog and you want some coffee as a reward. You go into the coffee shop, somebody bumps into you. You don't even bump into them, but they're lashing out on you.
Watch where you're fucking going, man. What the fuck are you doing?
You may not think it's that serious in that moment, but that person could have been going through anything. God forbid this happened to anybody watching this or anyone in general, but their daughter could have been diagnosed with cancer. They could have just been getting back from their parents' funeral. They're fighting the worst custody battle of their life. There's so many things that could be going on in anyone's life. That small little interaction could be their breaking point. At the end of the day, we're all human. If it was a crazy reaction, they're clearly not dealing with something or handling something very well. And that can make people act out a little bit impulsively and carelessly. But again, there's no reason for me to match where they're at that moment because them bumping into me pissed them off so bad. Because yes, they shouldn't be acting that way. Some people are very ugly before and during their healing process, and it looks differently for everyone. And sometimes you're just gonna have to encounter shit like that with some ugly fucking people. They're gonna look back in a couple years and be like, wow, it was fucking miserable. I just feel like people with high self-respect, they normally think about it that way. They think about the external factors before they try and make something a lot personal. The last one. This one is something that I struggle with very often. I'm working on it. I'm actively working on it. This one is setting and sticking to boundaries. Now, I used to struggle with setting boundaries with people because I didn't want to upset them or let them down or hurt their feelings. But I shortly realized that no one gave a fuck about letting me down or upsetting me or hurting my feelings. So over time, this kind of led me to be overly understanding about situations that I should have just held my ground in, you know? This is your reminder though that you don't have to be afraid to be selfish. You could be selfish and still a kind human being simultaneously. It's really important to discover what's important to you and fuel that. Just set boundaries and don't let anyone get in the middle of your personal growth because honestly, the only person that'll be sorry if you don't set boundaries is you. So, for example, the friends that only hit you up when they need something, the friends that forget about you when they get a boyfriend, the friends that don't include you and try and like laugh it off later. Don't stop going all out for their birthdays, okay? Stop saying yes to every single one of their favors that they ask. And just stop making yourself so accessible to them. Make yourself more accessible to people that genuinely care about you and show you that. I hope that one of these 8 points resonated with you, or maybe you learned something. These are honestly just based off my own experience and my personal outlook on all of them. Either way, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and I can't wait to start making more videos for this series. See you guys whenever I see you.